Okay. So before going to Dr. Walid, and then I will give, over to Alma to reflect on the PPCR modules and the platform. Over to you, Alma.
Okay, so thank you. And first of all, dear Daniel, I hope that you are feeling better and that you can recover soon, and also that your family are doing well right now. So for those that doesn't know me, I'm Alma Sanchez. I actually took the program in 2012. And since then, I've been involved in the program. I became a teaching assistant. I'm still a teaching assistant. And and now what I do is that I work in the part of the education part of the program with the teaching assistant, also students and faculty. So it's my pleasure to be here. Qatar for us has a really special place in our heart. The students and TAs and all the people that we have worked together, we call them our family. We know them, they're our friends. And it's really nice to see them grow and to see all these changes, and also just like what happened to me too. So I'm here to talk to you about our program a little bit. So of course that there are colleagues here and friends who just presented explain a little bit, but I will go and try to be fast because I know of the time. I know it's night for you. So PPCR is basically a program of a 9-month duration. We have broke up live lectures outside Boston every Tuesday night from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we connect with all the sites worldwide. And then we also got a main activity in the program that is called the 5 days immersion course that is at the end of the year. And I will talk about that later on the presentation, but this is also a great activity and that we encourage everyone to attend in case that we are able to travel this year. In the past 2 years, it was online, but still the learning outcomes and all the experience was really great. So the program is really interactive. And when we say this, it's because we know that there are other clinical research programs that doesn't have the live interaction. They don't have the lectures live. Everything is recorded, and they don't connect with the students. The faculty doesn't engage to them. There are not office hours like we have to give support to the students, where you can come and ask any question you got about the content of the week, exams, or any other activity about the program. We also have, beside the lecture on Tuesday, we have an optional lecture on Friday morning that is at 7 a.m. Boston time, so probably will be 1 p.m. for you, 3 p.m. for you. In Qatar, that lecture is optional, but it's a practical lecture that is referred to the same content that we see on Tuesday, but on Friday is practical. So for example, if we're in the model of statistics, the TA that is presenting that day would do exercising data for you. They will show you how to run the commands, how to interpret the results. They will show you articles on how to analyze them, and so on. So you might see that all these activities that we got were designed and are designed by Professor Fregni to promote that education and that interaction between you. We don't just want you to learn the basics. If you have the time to go a little further, believe me that you will learn a lot. And all these activities are designed for that, to enhance your learning and to promote that knowledge. And then we got a great global network, more than 50 sites worldwide. Last year, I believe we got students from 62 countries because we also have students who have to connect remote in case that we don't have a site in their countries. So you will be working with people from Brazil, Germany, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Japan, China, all these people with the same goal to learn and enhance clinical research learning, and also people who have a lot of experience in clinical research. And you will be working with them and you will be learning from them, from their experience. As you know, the policy for clinical research are not the same from one country to the other one. Other countries are more advanced or doing something else new, and all this interaction and collaboration is really amazing. And we keep connected throughout the year, just like Professor Fernie mentioned before. So the learning has been improved. PPCR, this will be the 15th year that the program runs. It grew since 2008 when Professor Fregni created, and with that idea to deliver high quality education outside Boston for people who cannot travel or be here, and to give that option and also in a really accessible way, because you know that many other programs are really expensive. PPCR has been the same price for the past 6 years, and that's the goal of Professor Fregni, to have it accessible and reachable to everyone as much as it is possible. So PPCR is offered by Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, by the Department of Continuing Education. here you will see that we got faculty and teams and staff who are really committed to give you the highest quality of education, and they will empower you. You will learn things that you have never seen before. The innovation that we share and the challenges that you will face, all that will make you grow in many aspects. And also something that it wasn't mentioned before, but some of my colleagues and friends here just presented, like Dana going to research, Fatima for the MPH, or people want to move on to be more a clinical area, just like Muhan, who is not connected right now, as Khalid mentioned. He's right now in Brown doing the residency after PPCR. So you can take any of those paths, and you can be a complete scientist, you can be a clinician and keep doing scientists, and also, you know, do research in your own country, develop labs in your own country, collaboration with us. Right now, Professor mentioned, we're doing another book with the teaching assistants. We developed a conference to connect all the sites worldwide, where we what we wanted was to develop and share the methodology of clinical research by field. So, for example, all the clinical research for pediatrics, then surgery. Actually, the panel for surgery was led by the Qatar side, Khalid here, who is connected. Then Hashim developed the family medicine panel for this, and so on. So you will see all the challenges and how everyone worldwide is improving clinical research. So that is also another thing that is important for us in PPCR. Once you end the program, you're gonna keep growing, and we care for that growing. And Professor Fernie always, every year, is always writing this letter of recommendation for the students and TAs, and guiding you on what to do next. What will be the next step that you can do? Because we don't just want you to do research. We want you to keep growing at the end and keep connecting with us to keep collaborating and improving research worldwide. And that's our goal. So as you met Professor Fernie, he was at the beginning of the program. He's a neurologist from Brazil, but then he came to Harvard and did many of the master's programs here, and then his PhD, and developed this great program where he can connect and enhance clinical research from Boston to all the sites that we got. Professor Fernie is also besides being a professor of epidemiology and also professor of neurology at Harvard Medical School, he's also the director of one of the biggest labs in research in rehab in Spalding Hospital here. And besides that, he also earned the Presidential Award that is awarded for scientists and engineers here in the United States by the White House. And you see him, he's really humble and he really cares about you growing. But besides that, he has a really, besides all his career and trajectory in research, he also cares a lot about education. And you will feel that during the program, how he develops, because he will be with us in all the lectures that we got. And then on Global Network, more than 50 sites, as I said before. We got 13 sites in Brazil, 2 in Colombia, 2 in Dominican Republic, of course, Qatar. And then in China, we got 1, Japan 2, Germany 3. Right now we're working with Portugal, and then to be with us, and many other new sites that we're creating, because little by little, everybody's trying to connect with us, and it's really nice that this is happening. So why is if there is a need to do clinical research? And remember that, of course, that you have seen, and since the pandemic started, we have been more aware of why clinical research is needed. We were faced to a new disease that nobody knew how to treat, how to manage, how to do a good prognosis, and with a high mortality rate. All of us changed our life were flip, right? A lot of stress and a lot of people passing away. And then we got this big challenge, and the whole world had a big challenge on how to find the best therapies and the best, how to act fast, how to stop it, how to prevent it. And then that's how medicine advanced, due to the data that we can develop in clinical research, right? And it's not randomized trials. We also need observational studies to try to understand the phenomenon and the association. And you might see a lot of data that's been published to try to understand, but then we move forward to the randomized trials once we can find an association. So in PPCR, that's what we do. We go from the basic, how to develop a research question, how to develop, how to select the population, how to do the sample size calculation, how to analyze the data, how to interpret those variables and the outputs according to the type of variable that we got, what will be the best test to analyze this. And all that would depend on your study design, what you're looking for, and what resources you got, because that also is really important. How feasible is it? And it's really important to always check for significant innovation, and you will learn all this in PPCR. So that's what we offer. So in the program, what we do is that it's a unique methodology. It is a student-centered. Here, we don't want the teacher, because of course, and you will meet them right now, the great faculty of Harvard that we got in the program. But what we want you is to try to learn before coming to the lecture. So we give you a forum discussion where you're going to discuss with your team, your colleagues every week, and your group and TAs. We give you the readings, and of course, we got also the book of PPCR. I have it right here too, where we go from the basics, and every week we have a case that is discussed, and that will introduce you to the content of the week. So in that case, we present the concepts, we give options, and it's like, oh, Dr. X is trying to analyze the efficacy of this and that, and then we give you options. What would be the best study design? Could it be a parallel? Could it be a crossover? Could we do a factorial design? And you will learn why of those study designs could be the best option and according to what. So it's always important, the research questions, and you will learn that in PPCR there is no right question, no a right answer, because everything depends on something. So what are you trying to look for? What type of variable or outcome are you doing? What is feasible for you to do? And then, so since we make you learn and activate your thinking before the lecture, because we got the readings, the case, the forum, and the assignment. The assignment is just one assignment per week. It's just between 1 to 5 questions. It might depend on the week. And you have to submit it. And the forum is also, you have to do 5 posts per week. But the good thing, as Fatima was saying, is that for her, it was good that PPCR was, that the Qatar is later, so she could do that into her advantage. And you got 1 week to do the assignments and the task at whatever time that you need. If you have to do it Friday night, if you can do it on Saturday, or if you can just do it on Sunday, or maybe at midnight while you are working in the shift in the hospital, or while your kids are sleeping, then that's the good thing, because we got online activities beside the live lecture, and you can do it at any time. So even if you come and ask in a question, because you will see that we got a forum where everybody is together, teaching assistants and students. It is called the all hands, and then you can say, oh, I don't know, the file of the assignment doesn't work, and someone help me. And then you will get 3 responses right away, even though it is 2 a.m. in Brazil, but it will be 8 a.m. in Europe, and it will be 1 p.m. in Qatar. So as I said, like, it's a big community, and all of you will be connected. Some people even said that they learn more from the TAs than from the faculty that we got, since they interact with them in the office hours. The office hours are also Zoom links where people connect. We got one office hours per group. It's on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Saturday at 9 a.m. Boston time. So you can join any of those. We know that for you probably will be better Saturday. And there will be the TA inside the office hours waiting for you and help you with that question. So the office hours is open for 1 hour, and you enter there and make any question that they would like to do. The TAs, and remember, I want you not to be shy. Everyone here in the program, and you will see what is a really inclusive program. We really care for you growing, all of us. And the students know that, and they then become TAs, and we call it the PPCR family. We always work together and care. So don't be shy to come and ask questions. Don't believe that your question is dumb. And make the question, because probably maybe another colleague have the same doubt and she's shy to make it, or maybe you other one will learn from that, and maybe will say, oh, I didn't think about that before. What about the design could be better a crossover because the washout period is short and not that long, or things like that. So just making ideas in my mind really quickly for you, but I want you to be engaged once you're in, and don't feel that what you're going to ask is not worth it. Believe me that it is. And then, as I said, we got the teaching assistants who are our main, for me, of course, we got Professor Fernandez who guide us, we got the faculty, but teaching assistants are the ones who make the program run, because they are the ones behind each student giving support daily. So you got 3 levels, TA1s, who are the ones who review your forum and assignment, TA2s, who are in charge of the office hours and the group project, that I will talk about that later, and then senior TAs who give the lectures on Fridays and also give office hours. So there are 3 levels, and they're always behind you. You can send them emails, messages. Right now we have the TA workshop happening. It actually starts this Friday, where we train the TAs who wants to apply, and then we select the best to be TAs in the program. We got the best students and the best TAs in the program. So it's really nice, and you will see. And as I said, they're really available, and all of them are really they all care for you growing and learning in the program. So just to give you a quick glance of what we do every week. So every Tuesday night, once the lecture ends, we publish in Google Classroom and River the new content. You will find the new reading, the case of the week that I said is in the book, but we also, we can talk about the book later. I will have a new book of statistics being published really soon. Right now we're in the copy editing edition. It will be available on Amazon for you guys. And then we publish the assignment, the forum discussion, and the readings and the case, and have to vote in the poll which one for you will be the best option. So you got 1 week to do it, okay? From Tuesday, 7 p.m. Boston time to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, then the next one, just before the lecture starts. We check the time of submission. So as long as you do it between that week, everything will be counted. And for the forum also, I always invite you not to be shy to try to express your ideas. That's what we want from you. We don't want you to copy and paste a concept that you just read in the book, like saying, oh yes, bias is a systematic error. No, we want you to explain it in your own words. What do that mean and how can they be developed and how to prevent them? From where do they come from? And any source of bias that could happen in a trial. So, and you will learn, and you will see that our book is really basic. It's not that as deep as if you go to any other clinical research book, sometimes it's really strong for you to read at first glance. But in our books, the one that we try to work and give to you, we want to explain the concept as easy as possible for you to understand. And then you got the backup. You can come to the office hours to make the questions. And then during the lecture that happened on Thursday, you have, like, maybe you already discussed with your colleagues in the forum and you clear 4 of your doubts, but maybe you are still pending on one. So you ask it there in the live lecture. And in the live lecture, we got Professor Fernandez discussion about the case 2 and the concepts, and then we got the invited speaker. Sometimes it's him, sometimes it's one of the faculty that I will show you soon. And the next slide, probably. And then you can make the question there. And also we got the TAs answering questions in Zoom and in River for you. So as you see, there's a lot of people giving you support to clear that doubt from you. And then, so after the lecture, you can always have access to the faculty slides and the recording, and you can evaluate what is still pending. And if something happened, just email us, and then we go back to you and help you if you have still any other doubt. So the program is divided in 5 modules. The first one, as I said, we start with the basic introduction to clinical trials, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. And preclinical trials, and then we go searching of the question, how to select the research question, how to select the study population, randomization, that is really important, blinding too for biases, and also we got over integrating research, right? How do we work in all the IRV, the authorship, all the legal related content that's also really important in clinical research. It's really important for you to learn. And then model 2 and model 3 are more statistics, and you will see that we give you assignments and you will have to perform assignments in Stata. Stata is the software of statistics that we use in Harvard. You will get a license for 6 months, and we'll give you the commands for you to run the assignment. Don't think that you'll be thrown like that alone and that you won't get support. In each assignment, we'll give you all the commands, and then we also explain, like according to what type of variable, what should you do and why, and then how to understand the output. And then you can also come to the office hours, and on Friday, we got the optional lecture where you can even reinforce more about this. And then model 4 is more a special model. We talk about safety and clinical secondary outcomes. That's really important too, how to measure adverse events in the clinical trial. And then also recruitment, right? Because recruitment is really important. Even though if you got the best study design, if you cannot recruit the patient, there is no way they're going to obtain that data, and it will be a failure. So you have to find a way on how to find those patients, and then how to make them stay in your study, and to actually adhere to the treatment, that they follow the treatment orientation. And the model 5 is more focused on observational studies. We also see non-inferiority designs and adaptive designs that are really important in clinical research. And then finally, the last lecture is a comparison of observational studies and randomized clinical trials. That is also really important because both of them are crucial in clinical research, but each of them is useful to a different goal. But of course, the observational studies are also a great impact in clinical research and medicine. Our faculty, I put them here, just a few of them, of Professor Fernandez, but then we got For example, Albert Hoffman, who is the director of the epidemiology department at Harvard School of Public Health. His lecture is amazing too. David Whipley, who was the director of the statistics department for so many years. Right now, he just moved to others, another position, but he's really amazing. And he's also he leads with Professor Frenny, the statistical workshop that we do in July, that I will talk about that later. Then we got Donna Hasso, who is the director of the writing programs in PPCR. And when I say in writing, you will see why if I'm talking about clinical research, but that's what we want you. We also want you to learn what to write in those papers, how to submit a grant, what has to be included in the sections, like in the introduction, how to clearly state your hypothesis and how to defend your position and why do you need to do that research. And that's really important in your career. As you know, the more that you publish, the higher the higher your scientific level is measured, sadly, because of that too, and also to obtain a grant for your country or institution. That's really important. Then we got Heather Bayer, who's actually the director of the MPH at Harvard School of Public Health, and she has the MPH in clinical effectiveness and also the MPH in epidemiology. She's been amazing and throughout all the years with PCR. She gives 2 lectures in her program. Howard Sessa, who is also a new faculty in our program, he started last year, but he's also one of the editors of the Contemporary Journals of Medicine. He made a great lecture about multi-center trials and how academia and industry work together in clinical research. And it's also really important for you now that we have seen a booming for multi-center trials going on due to COVID, right? How to take quickly the data so we can learn better about the outcomes and results that we're trying to aim for. And then we got John Orff, who's also a great professor. He's one of the main professors of biostatistics in the MPH program at Harvard at THN. Joseph Massara, also really important for us. He will give you the blinding lecture. Mark Baines, who's actually a lawyer. He's not a MD or doesn't have anything with clinical research, but he works in clinical research, doing all the analysis in the legal parts and the IRB registration and all that. So you will learn a lot from him too. His lecture is really amazing. And Mitchell Hacker and Roger David, both of them also great faculty in our program. And I hope that you can join us and learn more from them. And it's really nice. So then again, our program schedule starts this year. Our tutorial lecture is on March 24. And the lecture 1 will be April 7. We always give 2 weeks between March and the first tutorial lecture where we show you the program, how do we work, the platforms, how to access, what do we expect from you, and and we guide you how to benefit the most in the program. And then until April 7, you get to adapt, right? So you will go to the platform, you will learn how to use them, because we know that at the beginning it could be a little overwhelming since you're getting used to it. But then if you make your schedule, you manage your time, talk to your family so they can give you a little time free and support, because on average, people take from 4 to 6 hours every week in the program. Some people can take more. That will depend on your background. How much do you know about research, and also about your English skills. Because most of the materials is in English and the lectures too. So all these interferes. But I always advise you to also go to the office hours so you can clarify any doubt that you got. And then, so we begin on March, as I said. Then we have the July break. The last lecture is on June 30 from Model 2. And then from June 30 to August 19, it's a July break that we call it, because we don't have lectures, but what we got is group project meetings, just 1 hour every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Boston time, where you meet with your TAs to develop the group project. And the group project, what it is a protocol of a randomized clinical trial, where we give each group a challenge that you have to develop. So what we want from you is from you to learn how to develop a protocol and how it has to be done. So we follow the SPIRIT guidelines where it is stated all the steps that need to be included in each of the protocol phases, and you will work with all your colleagues in the group. So you will be assigned maybe to one section, maybe you will be assigned to outcomes. But then you also have to help your other colleagues to develop the introduction, the sample size calculation, the randomization step, the blinding, and so on. And And at the end of the program, once we finish on October, if I'm not mistaken, 28, we got the 5 days. And the 5 days activities immersion course hopefully will be in Brazil this year in November. And what we do is that all faculty travels to Brazil, so you can get to present the group project to them and discuss with them what you have done and what design have you decided, what strategy from the randomization you have chosen and why. So you discuss with them and work together to improve that paper so it can be published ready. But even though that our goal is the publication too, what we care more is about your learning, and you will learn a lot, because what could be great than discussing with Harvard faculty who have a lot of experience in clinical research over the years, and each section of the project will be reviewed during the mornings, and during the afternoon what we got is the manuscript writing workshop that is held by Donna Hassel, who also comes, and you're also welcome to send the draft of any paper that you're working on right now, so he can give you feedback and help you improve that paper. So it's really nice, and I hope that you can travel to Brazil too. So as I said, the program dates, we start in March and we finish on November. The price has been the same for the 6 past years. It is $3,000 for a site. For remote students, is $4,500. This includes the STATA license and also the 5 days. And then in July, we got 2 workshops that are optional. As Daniel said, he came, and many of our students from Qatar also join us in the July workshop, where we have the statistical workshop that is where we go over linear regression and logistic regression. Is a multivariable analysis. Is really great for you to understand the databases, how to run a model, how to know which predictors to include in your model and why, how to detect confounders, and so on. And then we got the manuscript writing too. This is led by Professor Kathy Brenner, who is a biomedical expert writer. She also leads many workshops for a PhD student at Harvard, and she's really amazing. It's a 2-day workshop. It's also really nice in case that you're interested, and PPCR students also get a discount for that. And this was one of their last pictures last year of Professor Fernandez and the team on October. Some of them are TAs here in the back and the staff. And I hope that you can once also come here to us in Boston. And even though that you're in Qatar, if you travel to Boston, just let us know, and we give you a pass in the university, and you can join the lectures at Boston if you are available to come to travel. And also visit Professor Fernandez's lab that he also likes to do. And then this is the last live 5 days that we got in 2019. Actually, this is the class of Fatima, who we just talked, Fatima TA2, who was connected right now. And all our colleagues are also here, and it was really nice. The biggest group of Qatar. This was the day. Actually, this picture was taken after the ceremony at night, because on Friday night we do the ceremony where you get your certificate, you go upstage, and it's super nice to also have you to there and see how you conquer in the program, and that you go pass successfully. So that's for me. Admissions, I forgot. So to apply to the program, you have to submit a letter of intent where you state why you want to join PPCR, why clinical research is important for you, talk about a little bit about your background and what are your future goals. Then we also ask you for a letter of recommendation, where it could be a colleague, a mentor, or a professor where they can state why do they recommend you, any quality of you to come to the program, and so on. And also the CV, of course, curriculum vitae, and also that have to be in English. So right now the university could extend the admissions to January 31st. If you need more time, let us know, but we highly encourage you to do it as soon as possible, because also the spots fill in the sites. Like there is a limited number of people that can join the sites because of maximum occupancy, of course. But please let us know if you have any questions. I will add my email here in the chat for you. And these are our platforms in social media if you want to follow us. That's our website, PPCR.org. And then we're in Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at PPCR course. So let me know if you have any question, or if you would like to open your camera and ask anything to us. It will be a pleasure. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Alma, for this amazing and fruitful presentation and overview of the PPCR. So I will let my colleague, Dr. Walid, to lead the question and answer session. Over to you, Dr. Walid.
So thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, Alma, Bashar, everybody. So thank you very much, guys, for the nice talk. I believe you spoke about all the important aspects and all the details that are important to the new students. So nothing for me to add. However, if you have any question to us, if something is not clear, I'm happy to answer it. If there is any of the students have any clarification he would like to discuss.
I got a private questions about the TAs. So every year the TAs are current students who just graduate, okay? And they apply to be a TA. So they start to be TA1, they can forward if they did good and do the TA workshop again, if they can move to TA2, and senior TA is the last level. And we got many people here like Walid, Khalid, and Hashim, who are senior TAs right now. Fatima, I believe she can move to senior, but she wants to be still a TA2. Also, I'm really honored to say that we got the best TA from Qatar. So it's super nice, and it's a learning opportunity for you to join after once you've done PPCR, because you're always challenged by your students making questions. You always learn more during the lectures because you got access to all the materials. You can come to all the lectures again. We have a statistical workshop for the TAs during the 5 days. While the students are in the manuscript writing with Donna Hassel, the TAs go with another professor of Harvard to do a stats workshop, and they are trained. We also give them a license, and of course, they keep the network is the most valuable thing for me. We work together. We know each other, and I'm really happy to call many of them as friends. So yes, and then I got another question right now. Sihan is asking, I was wondering where are the future prospects as degree course in relation to this course. So Sihan, due to the price of the course, we cannot give credits. What we can give you is a statement of the hours. Some PhD programs ask for the hours work, and then they can pass them to credits. I want to explain that in the United States, 1 credit per hour is $250. Like if the university would like to give degrees and a credit to you guys, it will be really, really expensive, the program. PPCR has been measured every year. The quality is being measured, and we know that the amount of work that we do is equal to 90% of the MPH programs in the United States. So with that said, and that's also that I always say to everyone, don't come to PPCR because you will get a degree from Harvard. I want you to come, and we hope that you come for the learning. Let me see if I have one. Yes, I actually have my because I was showing it. So this is why you get like the folder once you graduate, and it's true, your CV will improve, but what we care more is for the learning. So yes, due to the price, the program doesn't have credits included. Okay, so I wanted to explain that. But believe me that the learning experience is amazing. What you achieve in the program is really great. The connections that you will get is also really great, and all the family that you have and like behind us in PPCR. Believe me when I said that all of us work really, really hard to give the best to you. So I hope that you can join in case that you're thinking about that. And I put my email in the chat. Can me with any questions about admissions, even though that I work in the educational part with Fregni, I also help with the admissions and anything that is needed in the program, so I can help you out. Make sure to submit it and select the Qatar site so you get the discount. If you need to be online, that's also a possibility, but the collaboration with the site and Harvard is that they get a discount. So just the students in the sites get the discount price. If not, the program is $4,500. And yes, so I don't know if there are other questions, but please feel free. It was really nice to see everyone today here connected. Khalid, Hashim, Abu Shamer, Walid, Fatima, Marwa, all of you. So I appreciate giving you your time. And Daniel, please, I will also hope that you get better soon. No more questions? I don't know if any of you have received any private questions like myself that I read. If you feel that you can open your mic or whatever you need, and we're here to support you.
Also, guys, if you want to ask us, like, since us we are TAs in Qatar side and we have done this experience before you, so you can also contact us directly also, and we can also help you and give you like personal advice and show you, the roadmap of the course and how it can be helpful. But I believe basically it's a wonderful research for you to improve your clinical skills if you are a beginner, and also if you are a senior, then also the interaction with others and to know the others' perspective in clinical research is also a good learning opportunity. So I believe everybody, inshallah, will benefit from the course. So somebody's writing for me a direct message.
So I guess, Walid, just to mention, I mean, because of the World Cup and the coming year, the problem of vacation for those doing the PPCR, it will be solved because we will send a memo to HMC and primary health care concerning the attendees. Then they can be freely attending and travel to attend the closing workshop in Brazil. So this is just also to encourage the student and the TS in Qatar to attend the 5-day workshops.
Okay, so
Okay.
So I guess we can continue on sharing the emails of I mean the TAs as well as Alma and Professor Philippi. Then when we re-advertise and activate our networking for the colleague in Qatar, just to send their application, we will help with the recommendation letters. And also we will again, do also an orientation session for the people in Qatar. This is to be facilitated by the Training and Development Department at the Minister of Public Health, and in collaboration with the academic institutions in the country. So hopefully by the coming week, more students, they will apply and register for the course.
Great, thank you, Bushamer. So yes, that's really important, the permission, so they can come to the 5 days. It's a great activity learning, and also connect. Finally, you meet your colleagues in person, the faculty in person. It's not the same seeing the little picture in the computer. Now you get to see them and share with them and work together during these 5 days. That's a little intensive, but it's really, really, really great of work. And you see, because you work all day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The whole day you're connected working. Of course, you got breaks, but and that's why I got the name immersion course, because it completely immersed on the group project and clinical research and writing, the aspect of writing in that paper. I also got a question about the master's offer after PPCR. So as mentioned before, the Dresden University have one, Peru also have one. Right now, I heard that Hashim and Mushamer are developing a master in Qatar, so that's really great. For now, that's the only ones that we know that are linked to our program. Yes.
Alma, sorry, also the Dresden University, because some of the students ask me directly also.
Yes, I say it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Peru, and you can just ask a question from the Alma or any of the TAs from the Qatar side. We are ready to help you. So no need to worry about anything. Just if you are satisfied or want to learn more about this program, you can register and ask us any question if you have.
That Alma, since World Cup is here and the Brazil team, they will be coming to Qatar, and Qatari student they will attend in Brazil. Will still flag with Qatar team, not Brazil team. But your team, they're welcome to be in the country.
Yes, yes. So that's the idea, Professor Fregni. He's planning his trip on May. Probably it will be on May for him. No, for real.
Yeah. Also, so this is one of the. I mean, just to add, we started to put the plan for that. I mean, for the proposed trip to Qatar.
Mhm.
It will be amazing.